Entertainer Vybz Kartel makes appearance at PNP conference. Dancehall star Vybz Kartel appeared on the stage of the conference of the opposition People's National Party on Sunday. The controversial artist was freed of a murder charge in July. Cheering inside the National Arena was deafening as hundreds tried to get a glimpse of the self-styled world boss. Kartel did not address the crowd. Attorney and PNP member Isaac Buchanan, who represented Kartel, declared God and time. Kartel's appearance could resurrect debates about Jamaica's political embrace of persons who run into problems with the law despite Kartel's acquittal. The Holness administration faced backlash over activities it held in 2017 with entertainer Ninja Man, who is now incarcerated. Then National Security Minister Robert Montague was criticized. Ninja Man was engaged as a motivational speaker at the Ministry of National Security and Jamaica Constabulary Force blast-off for members of the JCF. It was meant primarily as a moral booster for the nation's crime fighters. St. Anne Municipal Corporation expedited repair work on Prickly Pole Roadway, which collapsed under a truck, killing the driver on Wednesday. The St. Anne Municipal Corporation is expediting repair work on a section of the Prickly Pole Roadway in Claremont, which collapsed under a truck, killing the driver on Wednesday. Dead is 45-year-old Christopher Richards of Claremont. Reports are that Richards has been hauling material to another section of the roadway that's been rehabilitated. On his second trip to the site, the rain fell heavily and the roadway caved under the weight of the vehicle, causing it to roll down a deep ravine. The said man reported they jumped from the rolling vehicle, but Richards was crushed to death. Chairman of the corporation, Mayor Bill Nevis, told reporters that Richards was well known to the councils for the Bensonville and Claremont divisions. He said the incident put all councils in a somber mood during Thursday's meeting of the corporation. Mayor Bill Nevis said a team from the corporation visited the accident site to conduct assessments. He added that the corporation will be supporting Richard's relatives.
The truck actually was delivering some malt and it was raining and the road essentially gave away the load of the malt and it careened over the precipice and rose 100 feet down into the precipice, killing the driver. The driver is from another area, which is Councillor Harty in the Claremont area, but he's well known in both areas. So it's grief for those people and Prickly Pole and in the Claremont area. Both councils were out there in grief with the people. Our condolences to the families of the driver and to the councillors involved because it was a very moving moment at the council meeting. Councillor Gohagan was moved to tears because of the situation. And the municipal corporation went there with the superintendent of roads and works to see how it is that we can repair the road because we understand it's partially impossible. And we'll be using our SGR, our emergency fund, to repair that area. The truck is still in the gully. It is going to be quite a challenge to get the truck back up, but something that we're working on, I just speak from the municipal corporate perspective. We always assist with dead yard entrepreneurs, part of what we do through the municipal corporation. So we'll be assisting in whatever way we can because it's a solemn time. It's something that rarely happens, but when it happens, we band together and move forward. We'll be having a show of solidarity as entrepreneurs for the municipal corporation.
Police Federation wants hospital protocols for cops injured by criminals. When Jamaica Police Federation Chair Sergeant Arlene McBean stood to pay tribute at the Thanksgiving service for the life of Detective Sergeant Kevin Main, she expressed anger that the man who shot and killed him was at the same hospital as her beloved colleague. In a call to action for better treatment of police officers, she urged the implementation of protocols at hospitals for members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force injured or killed by criminals. It is painful as Police Federation when we go to hospitals and the man who just shot the police is in the same ward where the police are being treated. The Jamaica Police Federation uses the symbolic occasion to renew the call for a protocol to be developed for servicemen and women in public hospitals, stated McBean. The Thanksgiving service for the detective sergeant was held at Eastwood Park New Testament Church of God in St. Andrew on Saturday. In her tribute, McBean described Main as a fearless crime fighter and a swift investigator and ensured the required principles of investigation were always properly executed and someone who should not have been placed in such close proximity to his killer. According to an official police report, Main was fatally shot at Halfway Tree Police Station in St. Andrew on July 22nd. He was escorting businessman Dennis Singh owner of the Singh Auto at Hagley Park Road in St. Andrew. From the nearby criminal court, when Singh reportedly grabbed a policeman's gun and shot the detective sergeant before reportedly shooting himself. The Thanksgiving service was one fit for a hero and Jamaica patriarch, his coffin draped in the country's flag and flanked by colleagues who paid homage to the fallen policeman. The solemn occasion was infused with uplifting music and heartfelt tributes of song and speech as family, friends, and fellow officers remembered a dedicated servant. State Minister in the Ministry of National Security Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn, representing Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Jang, said Maine demonstrated the true essence of a Jamaican police officer even during the tragic and bizarre incident that led to his demise. The death of a police officer in the line of duty always reminds us of the fact that the men and women of the Jamaica Constabulary Force daily put themselves in the line of fire in order to ensure the safety and security of the rest of us. As a society, we will forever be in debt to him for their service and their sacrifice, stated Cuthbert-Flynn. Through the clouds of grief and overwhelming sadness with this time, I pray the legacy of Detective Sergeant Main's courage, dedication, and commitment will continue to spur up and spur other colleague officers and friends to press on, she noted. Rory Martin, Acting Senior Superintendent of Police and Commanding Officer for the St. Andrew Division, and who eulogized Maine, shared that the Detective Sergeant was a decorated hero who received 18 commendations, 14 of which were for the efficient and dedicated service to the JCF, and 3 for firearm and ammunition seizures. He was also credited for his service during the 2010 operation in Tivoli Gardens that led to the arrest of notorious gang leader Christopher Dudu. Many joined this profession and served with distinction, but only a few excel above the rest. Detective Sergeant Main operated in this world every day, being above the rest, stated Martin. His dedication and passion for his work were eminent in everything he did. Through his action, he demonstrated what is meant to be a police officer, he declared. Natalie Ferron, in a heartfelt remembrance of her cousin, shared that he was a true church baby who loved music. She recalled that he was always at home or in the studio, crafting his next masterpiece with a seriousness that makes everyone chuckle. His passion for music was unstoppable, and even though he became a police officer, I would like to think that there was a part of him that thought him could have still boss, she stated, smiling. A devoted father to 4 children, she said he loved them with a depth and devotion that was clear to see. He was a protector and their guide, and they will remain his enduring legacy. Long after we've stopped sharing stories about him, his children will carry on in their hearts, and they will never forget how important he was to them, stated Ferron. In the days, months, and years to come, his memory will continue to live on through the stories we share, the memories we hold dear, and most importantly, his children, his enduring legacy, she added. A member of the JCF batch 1197, Main was also remembered by his batchmate Superintendent Kenneth Chin as an officer who gave sterling service and was always ready to tackle the challenges that came his way. Reflecting on his colleagues' accomplishments in the JCF, he said, "Our batch is honored to have been part of his life. We hold dear his memories as we continue to hold his family in our thoughts." Extending condolences to the family, he said batch members have put together a package to assist them financially during this difficult time. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.